the Man Cave. My name is Danny J. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button down below. Make sure you're hitting the notification bell. And as always, leave some comments and share the channel. As always, I'm joined by my compadre, Big Vito Lagrasso.
What's going on, guys? How's everything? Hope everybody's doing good. The BIGV from the LOG is right here, ready for another great thing on the Man Cave. Dan, take it away. Let's get to the hot topics of today.
We got a pretty good topic today. We're going to be talking about, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? We're going to be talking about Hollywood Hunnies. That's right. We're talking about our favorite Hollywood crushes. You know, you don't have a lot of time on this show to go through the whole list, but V and I have compiled a nice little list of what we like on either side. That would be our top picks. And then they obviously can go down from there, of course. And obviously, if you got some picks, if you got some Hollywood crushes that you want to talk about, put them down in the links below there. Put them down in the comments, and we'll love to check them out and respond back with you and talk with you about that, because there's so many beautiful Hollywood Hunnies out there, and there's enough to go around for everybody. So, V, what would be your first Hollywood Hunny pick?
Let's see. Let's go back and let's go look at a girl who was very pretty. She hit the Hollywood scene like a thunderstorm. Her name is Brittany Murphy.
Brittany Murphy. There we go. Shot of her here. Beautiful woman, by the way.
Yes. Very pretty lady. Very talented. If you remember, she was in 8 Mile. She also did some other movies, but she died suddenly, I believe, from a drug overdose. But you talk about somebody who was like a very pretty girl and somebody who was had the it factor when she was healthy and she was, into her thing. Brittany Murphy, she gets the nod for the first one today.
And, for us cartoon people, she was Luann on King of the Hill. It was she was very funny. She played the very dumb, naive, but very busty niece of Hank Hill on King of the Hill for all the seasons on air. She died actually shortly after the cancellation of that show. And it's a sin because she was such a funny person on top of that, and a very talented actress. But you can see how beautiful she is. I mean, it's a beautiful knockout. So that's a great one. That's really truly a great one there. For me,
Dan, what's your first one, Dan? The people want to know. You post beautiful ladies on your screen all the time. I mean, you go through the list. You have hot honeys on your Facebook. You even throw in your mother-in-law once in a while. Once in a while, you make sure you get a hot meal. But what's your number one pick for today, Dan?
Let me tell you something. Above all else, and I'm talking from when I was a child. I'm in my mid-40s now, and when I was a child, my all-time favorite was Jennifer Tilly. Here is a woman who is just so stunning, and she's got that, you could consider it an annoying high squeaky voice, but I consider that a bedroom voice.
Right.
And she is just one of the sexiest female on this planet. I mean, just if someone wanted to create a female just simply for sex appeal, for me it was Jennifer Tilly.
Okay, good pick. She's very pretty lady.
She is. She's someone that's been in everything. She's very funny. She's been in horror movies. She's been in serious acting roles. She plays a lot of poker.
Does she?
She plays a lot of poker. She's on those when you look on ESPN 25 or wherever the fuck it is, you go and they're doing the poker thing. She plays a lot of poker and stuff like that. I think she needs money. But she's a funny thing. And obviously, more recently, you would know her as the neighbor's wife on Family Guy. She's played a neighbor's wife who was pregnant for about 7 or 8 seasons. She never had the baby for 7 seasons, which is kind of pretty good. So the baby was pretty much in there for about 7, 8 years, cooking. And but she is just so sexy. Her voice is amazing. I can't say enough about Jennifer Tilly.
I know you're spilling with ooh. You're just drooling right now, Dan.
Right, and honestly, an honorable mention, because this is another one of my favorites, but I didn't make this list though, is with Jennifer Tilly in the movie Bound, and that's what somebody that you very are fond of. And that's Gina Gershon. Gina Gershon and her together. I said, this is it. This is Shangri-La for me at this point.
You mean if you were locked on a desert island, those ladies you would want to be locked in with? That's
it. That would be it. I would be like, okay. Now, granted, after about 48 hours, I might have to drown somebody, but that's to be seen. But until then, I'm looking at it like with popcorn, and I'm like this.
I hate it.
It's a fantastic thing.
You might even call in sick for UPS.
I might do it. I just might.
I have to do it.
What's another one for you, Vay?
I think, hands down, I think Jennifer Lopez. She's very beautiful lady.
Lopez.
Got
her right there. And she is.
I like it because she dances. She's funny.
Yes.
Yeah, she's pretty funny, and she's a good-looking lady. I mean, you talk about a difference in like brown hair, blonde hair.
Yes.
And that would be my brown hair pick. So I mean, Jennifer Lopez, and she's very entertaining, funny. She does a lot of TikToks with her family. She does a lot of goofy stuff. She's kind of goofy, so she makes her more appealing. So it's good.
And you know what, too? She's up there in age. She's in her early 50s.
50.
Looks phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
So you two have a lot in common in that sense. That we
definitely have a lot in common.
Keeping this shit together, you know what I mean? And then, just like you said, an all-around talented woman. She's, I guess to me, she would be a little intimidating because I think like, well, she got rid of Mark Anthony. She got rid of a couple other people. She was with Ben Affleck for a while. It seems like she might be an independent woman to me, but
that's fine. But then the secret of making it with these beautiful ladies, you can't be intimidated. He said, "Shit, you might be Jennifer Lopez, but not fucking Vito LaGrasso, bitch."
Boom, boom, boom.
That's it. That's the way you got to roll when you want to play in the big time and you want to meet the beautiful ladies of your time. You can't go in there like an altar boy, like hi, nice to meet you. I'm the fucking BIGV from the LOG, bitch. If you want to be with me, come to my condo in Tampa.
Yeah.
All right.
The thing about Hollywood Hunnies, and obviously they get a lot of fame, they get a lot of prestige, that type of thing. So I think it makes it harder it's got to be harder for them to be able to socially meet people because of their stature. You being in the limelight, obviously, and I think it's different for a guy, obviously, than it is for a woman. But you being in the limelight, obviously, you had to differentiate between someone who's genuinely being a friend and someone who's being a fan mark.
Yes, it is a very difficult thing. There are a lot, when you're in, and this is not both. This is real life people. Like you go around and you're okay. I'm Vito LaGrasso, professional wrestler. I'm an actor. I'm very well known. And then when ladies approach you, at first they're in awe of you, and then they like you, and then they're starstruck. So I mean, throughout the years before I got married, I mean, it was like even today. I mean, women come up, they're complimentary, they're polite. They know I'm married, so it's not as forward as it used to be. Mm-hmm. But they're still out there. And you know what? You have to be in reciprocation of their appreciation of you. You have to be polite. You have to be gentleman. You have to be cool. Yeah. And it's not like the old days when you're just going out and hitting everything that walks. It's a different generation today, especially in these times. Now, everybody could laugh at John Cena, right? Because he made a contract. He had this, but that mofo had so much to lose. And you think about it, and like when he got caught with his wife, and this is not bashing anybody, this is just an observation of what it entailed. When he got caught fooling around on his wife, and his wife filed for divorce, he had to give quite a bit because he got caught. He didn't have a contract in place. Then when he got with Nikki Bella, he made this list of things that they had to abide by. You're not getting nothing. You don't need nothing. Nothing is yours. What's yours is yours. What's mine is mine. You're not entitled to anything of mine. And you have to be like that today because women, they get ticked off. Oh, I'm going to divorce you. Oh, I'm going to take this. No, bitch, you ain't getting shit because I earned it, not you. And
not for nothing too. Like you make a good point there. You have to figure out someone's how genuine somebody is, because are they literally with you because they like you or whatever and they want to be with you, or are they going to be? Is the whole sole purpose to say, let me entwine this guy in my web, marry him, and then I'm going to get out and get all his money. Like there's an end game to that. And you have to kind of figure that out. I would think that would be, how would you, when you were seeing people left and right and stuff like that, how could you determine if someone was being genuine or not?
You just knew from how they approached you and how they met them.
Yeah.
And if they were in your house and you were having relations with them in the first 5 minutes, you already knew it was a hookup. They just want to be with you. They got to put it in their score charts. Hey, I slept with Big Vito and all this other stuff.
Right.
Which was fine because like you put me as a notch in your belt. You just went on the list and I just, remember the coat hanger with all the beads on it?
Yes.
I just fucking slid another bead over.
Boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean?
That's it. I mean, Dan, what about you? You know what, Dan? Like we're talking about me, but in the DJ business, you have your groupies, you have your ball hanger-oners. They want to all hang with the DJ. You know what I mean? Whether it be for free drinks, play a song, but at the end of the night, they might reciprocate for you and thank you in a special way.
Yes.
And you know what? You got to be careful because you don't know who you're letting in your car.
Well, the thing is, and that's 100% true the way that is, and it's one of those things where sometimes it's not even about the song. It's not about anything like that. It literally might be just like in the same sense as a bartender. It's kind of like an alcoholic psychiatrist in a sense. The DJ is in the same way. We have a job to do. We can't go off. We can't do things, whatever. So it makes us an easy target or an easy mark to say, well, I can flirt with that guy. And what's he going to do? He has to stay here and work. You know what I mean? Like he's not going anywhere, or whatever the case is. And what we end up being is like, I've seen women come in, get married. I see them come in with their husbands. I see them have trouble with their husbands, and I've seen them get divorced. Now, this is over a number of years, obviously, whatever. But I mean, I've seen that kind of progression happen. And all meantime, guess who's there? The DJ. The DJ, oh, I was feeling crappy, so I went and talked to the DJ. I was feeling this, I went and talked to the DJ. So, you can easily say, hey, I'm just there as the shoulder. You really don't give a fuck about what's going on in my life, or whatever the case is. And then other people I've made good personal friends from DJing, and I know acquaintances, a lot of acquaintances from DJing. And it's, to differentiate between the two, as a DJ, you have to go in with the assumption that they're all acquaintances until they prove you different.
Now, Dan, you make a good point. I'm going to tell you, when I used to hang out in the bistro, remember when I used to have a bistro in Staten Island? Used to be in bistro, level 1, the Waterloo, the South Shore Country Club, right? So I used to make my rounds on Thursday nights. So I'd start out the bistro and go through the clubs because I was a clubber. So this one night I walk in. This was like, I just got back in the WWE. I was on TV in the WWE. I walk in. And I've told the story a million times. I walk in, there's this beautiful, beautiful blonde comes walking up to me, right? She had a few too many. She sees me. She comes up to me. She's like, you talk about drop dead gorgeous. She was all that, right? So she has got a rock on her hand. And she goes, hey, would you like to dance? Would you like to come? I says, I don't think your husband would like that too much. I said, you got a nice ring on your finger. Oh, fuck him. I don't care about him. So her girlfriend came over. She looked at me right? And I just smiled, and then she touched my face and she walks away. So I was like, all right, there's one that got away. You know, if a girlfriend didn't put the block on, I probably could have nailed it. You know,
Right.
So comes back the next week, right? I'm hanging out at the bar, and I see one of my boys, and we're talking, and he's like, man, I hate being married. This fucking sucks. You know, I can't stand this. I said, what's the matter? Man, I want to be like you. I said, what do you mean? You could get any broad in this place. You could fuck anything that walks. You could have anybody you want. He says, I want to be you. I want to have that. I want to go in the car, get a blow to do. So I said, it kind of sucks to be me because a lot of times I don't take people home, and I have to be careful because you don't know who you're bringing home, which was true.
Right. That's very
So up comes this blonde, right? So she comes walking towards me, and I'm looking at her. He's looking at her. And all of a sudden he goes, oh shit, there's my fucking wife. I was like, what? He goes, yeah, that's my wife. So this guy who I know, who's a wise guy, and here's his wife coming up, and she's like, hey, this is my wife, so-and-so. She played it off cool. She goes, nice to meet you. I said, nice to meet you too. How's everything? Right? So Vito, do me a favor. Dance with her because she breaks my balls. And she goes, you heard my husband, you have to dance with me. Grabs my hand, takes me on the dance floor, tries to stick her tongue down my throat. I says, you are out of your fucking mind.
Get the fuck out of here.
I was like, are you serious? She goes, yeah. My husband said to take care of me and you better do it. So I go back, I finished the dance. It was one dance and one dance only. I got out of there.
Yeah.
Back to the bar. They have words. They have FUs going back and forth.
Wow.
Right? So I said, bro, I got to ask you something. I said, your wife is the hottest thing in this place. I said, what's the matter with her? She breaks my balls. She doesn't do this. I said, you want entertainment. I said, your wife is a walking entertainment center. I think you forgot how to work the controls. I didn't have all night. So that was my night at the bistro. I got out of there before I got in any trouble because temptation was there. I was like, man, this would be the score of a night. But I said, no, thank you. And I went on my way.
It's funny because, when you say stuff like that, and it's like if you don't play to their rules or play to their end game, then all of a sudden it goes from, wow, I'm infatuated with you to you better get the hell out of here, screw you, blah, blah, blah. When they don't get their way. I've been in plenty of places where I DJ'd, and there's plenty of neighborhoods where what you have to choose from is not so great as other places. Right. And they come up and they flirt with you because they think that, if they're a size 12 and they're in a size 8 pair of pants, that they look good and they don't.
Oh, you mean the getting back to the club scene look?
Yeah.
I just left my husband. Woo-hoo, woo-hoo. I'm back.
Yeah. Bitch, nobody knew you left.
Yeah.
It's like, exactly. But they'd be in there and you don't give them the time of day. Oh yeah, I got your song, blah, blah, blah. And you say, oh, very nice to you, blah, blah, and you don't flirt with them. Then all of a sudden, oh, well, he must be gay. No, I must have taste. That's the difference. There's a difference between being gay and having taste.
And Dan, my pet peeve when we go to a club, and I think everybody knows it. As soon as a woman goes, woo, woo, and starts waving her arm, it's the biggest turn off for me. Shut down the system. I can't even look at you. I know you're looking to give it away. But when you're over 40 and you're woohooing in the bar because you think you got it, girl, you lost it a long time ago. And keep your woohoos to yourself.
And let me tell you something too. I've been in bars where you see women that have they overdid it before you even got in there. So they're done when you get in there. And they're making such a spectacle of themselves that if they dialed it back by 3 drinks, they might have a better shot or anything, but they made themselves look so ridiculous that nobody wants to go near it and touch it because it's either A, there's something wrong with it, or B, this is going to be a rape.
Right.
There's going to be a rape story.
How about the other one where they stand next to you after they dance? Yeah, I'm thirsty. Yeah, I'm thirsty.
Yeah.
Well, here, let me get you a glass of water. Because I already know you're hanging with me to get it. And I've done that before. Let me get you a glass of water. Here you go. Now shut up.
Get you a glass of water.
I'm not spending $13 on you for a drink so you can score a drink. I'm not that guy. I'm not buying your drink.
And you know what? I knew someone I worked with who was a nice looking girl.
Right.
And the guy was talking to her, and she straight up just said, "Are you going to buy me a drink or not? Because if you're not, just go ahead and walk away." I was like, "Wow." like I'm friendly with you at work, but let me tell you something. I would be like, "Go fuck yourself." if I had that conversation in a bar, if I'm just trying to speak nicely to somebody or whatever, because you know what, it's like, I think there's an intention when you go out and try and meet these people and stuff like that. That is like, you got to get past it first. Now we're talking about Hollywood Hunnies. You've obviously come in contact with some people in Hollywood here and there, that type of thing. Isn't it a scenario where it's like, you know what, I, in my lifestyle, don't have time to decipher, so we need to get to the brass tacks,
right,
so to speak?
No, I get you 100%. You know, the best line I used to use if a girl was arrogant and she thought she was all that, and she's trying to top me, I used to walk over if we're talking and she, you know, "Hey, how you doing? What's your name?" And she would get that attitude. "Yeah, wouldn't you like to know when this and that?" And her girlfriends are looking at her. I'm looking at them. And then I'd look at her and say, "Excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom. I'll talk to you later." Right? Meaning, I have to go take a shit. You're not worth my time. After I say that, the girl would walk back over. Yeah. "Aren't you going to talk to me?" "No.
No, not at all.
Here's my name. You know, what's your name?" And like, because I told them, "Listen, I'd rather go take a shit than put up with your shit. And excusing yourself to go to the bathroom is a nice way to go tell you to go fuck yourself, because then the girlfriend's just look at her and go, 'Wow, did he just do that to you?' And then she feels like a total loser. And then she'll follow me around the whole night, and I don't want nothing to do with you. Get away. I already seen your A game. I don't want to see you grovel now. Get away from me."
Now, in final thoughts here, because we're talking about Hollywood Hunnies, I know you've had contact with a few here and there. Pick one, and I know of one. I don't want to put you on the spot, but pick one that you were with, and tell us how that interaction went, and stuff like that.
I'm not going to mention who I was with because I'm getting in trouble. She's forbidden in this house.
Because I already know the story, but go ahead.
Yeah, but okay, you want to know? I'll give you something.
Okay.
I was doing a charity event for the WWE.
Yes.
Okay. And I was hanging around, and there was this chick hanging around with me, and she was hitting on me. "Come back to my hotel. Let's get together. Let's do all this stuff." I had no clue who she was. And she was the singer for the Black Eyed Peas.
Oh, Fergie.
Fergie.
Yeah.
Right? So I had no idea who she was. Call me.
I have no idea who you are.
Right? I says, "Man," I said, I told her where I was staying. She called my hotel. She called. So the next day I questioned. I said, "Who is this girl?" She's from some friggin' vegetable group. "It's Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas. You turn that shit down?" It's like, yeah, I think she was a nutcase. So.
How amazing is that? I don't know. Who the hell are you?
But yeah, exactly. But like, you know, here I am just being myself, and like, I'm on this upscale. I'm in the WWE. I'm doing a charity game. There's a lot of people around you taking pictures. And here's the same celebrity she's had. I had no clue who she was, right? And here she is, just, you know, "Hey, I want to have sex."
Yeah.
Yeah, it is something.
Okay. Yeah. And you know, it's a funny thing. When you don't know who they are. Now this wasn't a girl, but I was talking to some DJ buddies, and locally in Philadelphia on Channel 6 is a local anchor, not an anchor like on where he's like at the desk. He's more like the field reporter guy.
Right.
This guy, Dan Quasar, right? Local to Channel 6 in Philadelphia. And he happened to be in this DJ store that I was going into. My buddy's talking to me. He says, "Hey, Dan, do you know Dan Quasar, right?" Like, you know, and the guy looks over and he's like full of makeup. Like he wears makeup out, you know, so he looks right.
Right.
And I said, yeah. I said, "I watch Channel 10 though. I don't watch it. I go about my business," right? Which had to be the most ignorant comment that anybody can make. But I can imagine that these people are just like, Wait, you don't know who I am? You don't know who I am?
You don't know who I am. And like, you know what? I never did that to a woman ever to try and get in her pants. Well, you know, I'm Big Vito.
Yeah.
Never, ever have I done that. I just say, you know, I'm Vito LaGrasso.
Yes.
And that's the way I always roll. You like it or you don't. So.
And fans, just so you know, the Fergie story is not the story I was referring to, and the story I'm referring to is a much funnier story. But just saying.
Yeah, and we just leave it at that because not only would my wife get mad, but Dan's wife would get, Dan, you're an asshole for bringing that up, Dan.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Because it's the man cave.
Then I would hear it from both of them.
Yeah, you'll get a horde of texts. You know.
Yeah. It's all good.
Popular again, Dan. You'd be in the top 10.
I would be. It'd be the most your wife texted me in a couple months.
Yeah, I know.
And that's my buddy.
That's my buddy. I know. Thank you. Thank you for stirring controversy on this Sunday.
It's very good. It's very good. It's a very lovely Sunday. I hope everybody is well. I hope everybody is enjoying the Man Cave. Make sure you leave some comments down below. Tell us who your crushes are. Who's your Hollywood crush? Let us know who it is. We'll definitely comment back, that type of thing. You can catch us right here on the DJB Productions Network. You just go to www.djbproductionsnetwork.com. Takes you right here to the channel. You can go ahead and subscribe. You can also catch Vito right on the Big Vito brand, which is twitch.tv/the Big Vito brand. You can go on there. They got plenty of shows on there, including this one, including DJs After Dark, which is another show from here. And they have some really cool shows like Mr. and Mrs. You got some wrestling shows on there as well. And Vito's always doing a bunch of stuff on there. So it's a lot of fun.
Plus, it's my birthday month, June 18th. So if you want a pregame for my birthday, guys, I have a wish list on Twitter. Go there, send a gift. It's much appreciated. As you know, funding for this show is very low, and trying to get a birthday meal together is kind of difficult. We're definitely not taking cutlets, only from Mary Ellen, but anybody else, definitely no. Definitely.
Hey, keep in mind, my birthday is only 10 days after his, so just double up on his order, and
double up on his order.
I'll just ship whatever you send to him to me. It'll be fantastic. Guys, have a great day. Enjoy. Subscribe to both channels, and until next time, we'll catch you right here on the Man Cave.